It's one of my favorite organizations in the whole world. It's really wonderful because it's a very concrete result done with a very efficient budget. They've been great about getting donors, which is huge because it does take a lot of money to run an organization like this. So when you see a patient and one of us holding, that's the tip of the iceberg, because there's so much that goes on behind the scenes and before and after to get all of that done. Back then in 1988, it was there was no social media, so the word got out on radio or television or whatever means they had. So we had no way of triaging before we got there, and people walked for days, bring their children. So in the decades since that first trip, things have gotten much more sophisticated and comprehensive, and it is a very sophisticated operation now. We have volunteers who, we have a room for supplies and it's very well organized. People do that. We have computer lists of equipment that we need, and you all pack that. The interaction with the families is very touching and very heartwarming, and they're so exhausted, I feel like, with all the effort that goes into being there and sitting by their child's crib for over 24 hours, and it's a wonderful experience. That's the best part of the trip, giving the baby back to the child back to the mom or the grandmother, in many cases the grandmother who's the parent in effect. It does take time and energy, and true confession, I prioritize my family. So I went early on before I was married, and then after my daughter was born, I didn't go for a long time because I felt like I took enough time away from her with work and call. But when my daughter was old enough to go, we went. I started going again. I'm greatly honored and very flattered to be included with all these people who've made such a huge contribution to Austin Smiles. Just being part of the whole process has been a very special privilege, being part of Austin Smiles.
I kick those swinging